Hello, and welcome to this video on effective paraphrasing, part of a series on achieving academic integrity. I'm Andrew Junor, a Learning Skills Advisor in the Monash University Library, Caulfield campus. When you want to cite academic research in your assignment, it can be difficult working out how to put this original research into words. Should you quote the original source? Should you describe that source in your own words? How does this work? Quotations are not the best approach. You may think it's a good idea to quote a book or article at length in your assignment. Perhaps a long quotation will show that you are familiar with relevant knowledge. However, quotations should be very short and very infrequent in your work. After all, your reader wants to see how you communicate your ideas in your own words. The most effective way to incorporate original sources into your writing is paraphrasing. The Oxford Dictionary defines paraphrase as to express the meaning of something written or spoken using different words, especially to achieve greater clarity. When you paraphrase a source, you are not merely changing a few words. Rather, you are communicating the essential, relevant information from that source within your own argument. This demonstrates that you have truly understood the research material, can capture its meaning, and are able to integrate it within your written voice. There are 3 writing strategies you can use when paraphrasing sources: using synonyms or synonymous expressions, changing word order and word forms, or switching between active and passive voice. A synonym is a word with a similar meaning to another word. For example, big is a synonym for large, little is a synonym for small, cheerful is a synonym for happy. Traditionally, you would find synonyms listed alphabetically in a reference book called a thesaurus. Today, you can locate lists of synonyms through digital devices. In Microsoft Word, you can highlight a word and press Shift F7. This will produce a list of relevant synonyms. This feature is also enabled by right-clicking your highlighted word and choosing synonyms from the menu options. Another option is to search for a word's synonym in a search engine. For example, searching for consider synonym generates links to many lists of synonyms for the word consider. Very helpful, don't you think? Let's see an example of how synonyms make it easier to paraphrase original sources. Just say you're writing an essay. In this essay, you are arguing that companies should give their employees free chocolate. You locate a relevant journal article and you find a sentence that looks like this: food rewards can increase employee motivation and promote significant job satisfaction. This sentence supports your argument in favour of employee-provided free chocolate. However, to mention this research in your essay, you will need to express those ideas in your own words. To paraphrase this sentence, you could change the words using a list of synonyms. Here's what that might look like for this sentence. You have many options, so choose carefully depending on how you want to present this research. After changing the words into appropriate synonyms, your sentence now looks like this: culinary incentives can raise worker enthusiasm and stimulate meaningful professional fulfillment. By comparing the original sentence with this new version, you can see how synonyms are a powerful tool for paraphrasing. However, there is more you can do to make sure that your paraphrase avoids plagiarism. See how the sentence structure remains the same across both examples? How then could we change the word order of this sentence? Maybe it could look something like this. Studies have demonstrated that culinary incentives can stimulate meaningful professional fulfillment by raising worker enthusiasm. From this example, you can see how changing the order of words can transform an original sentence while maintaining the original meaning. We could alter this sentence further by changing the word forms. That means changing a word from one form to another, from a verb to a noun, or into an adjective or an adverb perhaps. Here's an example of how that might work. Workers motivated by culinary incentives are often more enthusiastic and find their work more fulfilling. Changing the word order and the word forms at the same time is a very effective way to substantially reorganise your paraphrase. The last strategy for effective paraphrasing involves changing your sentence from the active to the passive voice, or vice versa. An active sentence tells us what the subject does, while a passive one tells us what happens to the subject. I eat the chocolate is an active sentence. The chocolate is eaten by me is a passive sentence. How might our example look in the passive voice? Perhaps like this. Worker enthusiasm can be raised through distribution of culinary incentives, leading to meaningful professional fulfillment. Compare this to the original active voice sentence. Food rewards can increase employee motivation and promote significant job satisfaction. As you can see, changing the voice of your sentence can substantially change the structure of your paraphrase and help to avoid plagiarism. In practice, you should paraphrase using a combination of these strategies, using lists of synonyms to change words from the original source, changing the word order and word form of the original source, and switching between the active and the passive voice. With these strategies, you can clearly communicate the meaning of the original source without directly copying the text or risking plagiarism. Make sure to always acknowledge the sources you paraphrase by citing and referencing appropriately. The ultimate goal is to integrate your discussion of academic sources within your own argument. Please watch the next video for strategies to achieve this integration of sources within your own writing voice. Thanks for watching.